as well?
You know, when I first started building guitars in about 1979, I was building sort of my own design, and they sounded good, and I still see them from time to time. But I had gotten to know Charles Sawtelle when Hot Rise was just first forming and getting together, and we struck up a friendship. And Charles, of course, not only worked at the Denver Folklore Center and knew a ton about guitars, but he also had a fantastic 1937 D-28. 1929 0045 and some other instruments that were just outstanding. And Charles knew them inside and out. And he used to come to my shop and bring me his instruments. He lent me that 37 D-28 for a couple of months one time, and we took photos in it, and back in the days before digital cameras, and notes and measurements and everything. And this happens to be a guitar that I made for Charles based upon as close as I could get it to that 37 D-28. Of course, this is more of a 42 style, but Charles picked out all the woods on this and played this guitar for quite a long time. And it's got quite a bit of Sawtelle mojo all over it, and so it's pretty neat.
That's cool.
But this guitar and the one that I made for Peter, which I made almost about the same time as this, that's where I kind of made that transition into really building the vintage instruments as close as I could get them to those great guitars in the 1930s. And things like that I really appreciated on working on Tim's guitar was going to a little bit of a thinner fingerboard, and headstock is a little thinner. We were talking about the bridge; that's a little. So I just try to get them as light as I can, and it's always a work in progress. But this is one of the guitars, and I give a ton of credit to Charles Sawtelle, because he's the guy who got me heading in that direction.
And that guitar is the one that you had when you were working on the revival for Breedlove that I played, right?
Well, I had all the measurements on this guitar. When Charles passed away, he had left this guitar to Gene Balhorn, and I didn't have my hands on it, but I had all the measurements and everything from it. So Gene was gracious enough to send it out to me to let me have it for a couple of days. But this is actually the first time I've seen this guitar since I think 1986. So that's a little bit of a fun trip in itself.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.